Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm going to dive straight into it. We're doing it a little bit differently this time, which I'll explain to you. However, I just want to say this is the last time that I'm going to be in this background. I'm moving, so this stuff is being packed up today after I'm finished. So my background's going to be a little bit strange over the next however long until I get settled in and have a nice, beautiful background. But yeah, so this is the last time I'm being here with you guys with this lovely background. But anyway, let's dive into your reading. So actually I'm doing something a little bit differently, Capricorn, which is I've already pre-shuffled everything so that it's a bit quicker when pulling out the cards, and I feel like I actually kind of like it this time. So you guys need to let me know if it resonates with you more, if it's more detailed, or if you like it or not. Okay, but anyway, let's dive into your reading for Capricorns this week. Please, Spirit, the first card you have out is mending. All right, so you could be mending something with someone, clearing the air. Maybe someone's helping you mend something in your life as well. It is a card of collaboration. As you can see, there's two people there working on something. And message in the bottle came up reversed. Usually I don't take reversals in the cards, so when it does come up, it's clearly for a reason. This could be someone that you're not in communication with. It may be for some of you, you are reaching out to this person, but it does feel like you might be receiving some message coming through in order to mend something. All right. Feels like you've not spoken to this person for a while. That's interesting already. This is also a card about signs and synchronicities from the universe. So Spirit is sending you a message. So maybe it's, again, like, yeah, like I was going to go deeper into that, but I feel like it is just what it is. So let's cut this deck as well. Take it from the top. What else do we have? You have broken heart. That's very interesting because it kind of goes along with that theme. So you might be feeling a little bit brokenhearted this week, Capricorn, but let's see what else is coming through. And cornucopia, which is a card of abundance, which is beautiful. So you have an abundance coming through for you and you have really good times ahead. Maybe it's something you're having to let go of. Mending doesn't always mean, coming together with somebody, but it could be about forgiveness or coming to a civil agreement with somebody, which might help your broken heart, or again, it could be the thing that's causing it. I will dive deeper into that in a second, but we do have cornucopia, which brings in really amazing things aside from that this week. Okay, let's dive deeper so I can understand what this is about. All right, so expect some sort of communication this week. I'm hearing two sorts of communication. You have enlightenment. I love that because it's kind of copying that same color scheme that we have in cornucopia. So maybe some sort of enlightenment, some knowledge that's coming through to you this week, some message from the universe could be leading you towards cornucopia. Workaholic. Oh my God, such a Capricorn. What on earth? That's such your stereotype. Workaholic. This is not always a bad thing. It's only when there's not a balance in your life. So some of you could be called to bring a balance into your life if you're working too hard. Maybe what you're understanding is that through wisdom, through enlightenment, through your spiritual path, maybe that's why you're realizing that's where the cornucopia lies. It's not always in the finance. It's not always in the work. Some of you could be changing your work into something that's a lot more fulfilling. But let's dive deeper. Let's see. Let's split the deck for you. Oh, there we go. Right, Spirit, overcome any obstacle. Okay, so this broken heart is not going to be much of a problem. It's okay. We have let it shine. I always say whenever like pain comes up in a reading, like cry it out, Capricorn. All right, it's okay to cry it out. It takes time to heal your heart, so let's not try and force ourselves to be better. Right, for Capricorn Spirit, you've let it shine. So this is also to do with your heart, actually, which makes sense with what I just said. It wasn't in correlation to this card, but as you can see here, that light is coming from the heart. So for some of you, it's about making your feelings known. Some of you, it could again be about addressing your own feelings and allowing it to shine out, even if it feels like you're a bit broken. Be yourself, allow yourself to shine, because I feel like don't allow that to stop you from having your cornucopia. I don't know what they mean by that, and I will dive in a little bit more, but I'm almost getting an example of like something's broke your heart. They're reminding me of a time in my life actually where I had a broken heart, but I also had an exam coming up as well. So I kind of channeled that energy into my exam. I kind of used a bit of an alchemist, used my pain into power, and use that as even more reason to have success in my life. And I ended up actually having the highest results. So that was good. So for some of you, that could be how it is, you know, turning that pain into some sort of power of yours, allowing yourself to shine, even if you feel like your heart is broken, you know. All right, let's see what else is coming up for you. Did I just split this? Happiness. Did I split it? Okay, and honesty. Because Taurus just had the happiness card as well. We'll say what's to be will be. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. That may be a very difficult lesson that we have to come to terms to, especially if you feel maybe that's the thing that caused a broken heart. Maybe someone wasn't very honest. Okay. We have happiness as well, which is amazing. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path, and it does feel like you're choosing happiness. That enlightenment and cornucopia does feel like what you're moving into brings you a lot more purpose than what you've moved away from. Okay. Let's dive into your reading though. Let's see what's going on. All right, let's cut the deck of your tarot. We're going to dive into the details here. Let's see what other messages are here for you. The Hanged One. Okay, this is saying that this is kind of like the enlightenment card. Sometimes when we just sit and observe something, we can actually learn a lot more than when we're taking action and running ahead. So this is saying don't be in a rush to unstick yourself. Don't be in a rush to run ahead. Sometimes the best lessons are ones that come when we sit with ourselves and we observe our surroundings and look at things from a different perspective. Okay, so something is requiring a different perspective. The Four of Cups is coming through. So this card comes in when we're feeling a bit jaded or bored or a little bit unhappy with what's going on. As you can see, she has a t-shirt that says over it. She's not open to anything else. I feel like sometimes that's what pain does to us. It closes us off. But just like I was saying here, you have broken heart, but then you have cornucopia. So it feels like Spirit's trying to say, just like my example with having a broken heart, but also having an exam, like don't close yourself off because of your feelings and emotions. Sit with them, observe them. They're not going to heal overnight, especially if you have things to do, work to sort out. Be open, because I feel like you are going to have some really good news and maybe even mend something with someone, who knows, but we'll dive into this a little bit later. Ace of Pentacles. You do have an opportunity coming away, but it may come to you when you're feeling quite distressed. At least that's what I'm wondering. This is a financial new beginning. This is a stable new beginning. Ace of Pentacles could be like a new home. It could be just a new structure coming through into your life, some long-term goal. You could be changing a long-term goal here as well. It could be what is this newfound cornucopia for you. Could be this enlightenment is what leads you towards a new financial beginning or a new career path or whatever it is to you. But this is a really good opportunity. So similarly to this cloud with a cup in it, it does feel like this is what's being offered to you. But if you're closed off and over it, you know, because of the feelings that you have currently, you might push that aside, that opportunity aside. And again, that's why Spirit's saying, don't close yourself off, but we'll dive in and clarify everything. What else? Knight of Swords. There is some communication coming through. You do have a message coming away, and actually quite quickly. This can also be about you taking action and running at full speed at something, which can be good. Just make sure we don't jump to conclusions. Make sure you're checking everything, especially if you're like sending emails or doing exams. Don't know why that's coming up here. Don't rush based on how you're feeling. Make sure that you're going at the speed that is good. Don't go running ahead because you want something, but then forgetting that maybe you've missed something, you know. I don't know. I'm seeing packing, you know, rushing to pack and then you're missing something out. Don't leave things last minute, I'm hearing as well. Okay. King of Pentacles, that's in the center of your reading, Capricorn, which is speaking about your stability as a person, which is amazing. This is about achieving financial wealth and material wealth. This is a card of being very stable, okay? Being well financially, being in a position of power and authority in your life. So this is good. I feel like this is telling you that you are sitting in an energy of having cornucopia. So if it's not around you just yet, it definitely feels like it's being offered to you, but it feels like your energy is attracting it in anyway. You're focusing on your financial, maybe your status, I'm hearing as well. Maybe you're trying to work your way up in whatever way. You also have the Queen of Wands, which is calling for you to have confidence this week, to be authentically yourself. You ever have it where when you kind of, I'm sensing, you know, when you're just yourself, people end up actually loving you even more for that, or appreciating you more for that, or they start to look at you as a source of inspiration because you're not coming across as this perfect, you know, being. You are showing all of your flaws and you're showing your true self. The Queen of Wands is very unique, and I love this with her because you can even see that she even looks unique. It's beautiful. She's embracing it. She's confident, and she's attractive because of it. So similar to that, let it shine, having confidence, focusing on the positive, and also focusing on your strengths and your abilities to have amazing ideas, to inspire people. By the way, in your pre-shuffle, I was getting this weird sense of some of you, like, I don't know if you are attending a seminar or if you're attending like networking things, or if you want to be like a speaker on stage, or you want to be a mentor of some kind. Like, I was just getting that, being in a spotlight a little bit, or being on a stage of some sort. Don't know, it was random to be honest, but I heard it. You know, when someone walks out on stage and has this bubbly energy, that's what it was. But anyway, maybe that's what you bring to a workplace or into people's lives in general. So even if you're feeling a bit heartbroken, you're not feeling like yourself, still showing up as that version of yourself is still something. I don't know why, but that's what they're saying. The Lovers, you're coming up with a choice this week. All right, we'll see what this is. The Lovers can also be about relationships. All right, having a choice to make in your relationships with people, or having a love interest around you. So we'll see a little bit later what that will be about. But for the most of you, it's not always about that. It's really just about a major decision coming up for you guys this week. The Queen of Pentacles, now these two sit together. So there is a random message here. If you have been like struggling in a connection with somebody, there's been a little bit of heartache, it does feel like there could be some reconciliation. That could be what the choice is. You and this person clearly have the same goals in mind. So that could be what is coming up here. But if not that, there's just kind of affirming here that nurturing is necessary in order to grow things. Okay, so make sure that you are nurturing yourself, nurturing the things that you're working towards. All right, let's see what else. The Knight of Wands. We have a lot of people cards actually in your reading. So again, could be a lot of social events or a community coming up for you guys. But this is all aspects of ourselves as well, if it's not people. So the Knight of Wands is about optimism, all right? It's about chasing your dreams and having that beautiful, youthful spirit. That's what it feels like, you know, where people just, what's the word coming up for you guys? It's almost being a free spirit. I'm seeing you becoming a free spirit and being like ambitious and just chasing what, you know, is calling you in. It's a very beautiful energy about conquering whatever it is that you desire and what you're passionate about. It's a Wands energy. There could be some travel coming up for you guys as well. All right, let's go into your clarifiers, guys. Let's split this deck and let's clarify. Starting off with the Hanged One. The Star. So what your enlightenment is, what you're observing, not only are you healing in this period where you feel a bit stagnant or you feel a bit stuck, okay, or maybe you don't want to move, whatever this is, maybe that's what the vibes are. But the Hanged One here is really about gaining enlightenment or gaining some sort of knowledge. And you can see that the Star card is almost repeating that same beautiful yellow coloring, which is representing enlightenment here. So it does feel like you guys could be figuring out what the goal is. You know, you could be changing what your goal is, what really is your priority. The Star card is also about your hopes and your dreams and wish fulfillment. So it feels like you are gaining wish fulfillment, and it's most likely in a sense of clarity because it's about your mind with the Hanged One here. By observing something, maybe you observe really what you want in terms of your dreams and your goals. Maybe you get it just by observing. It's also a card of healing as well, and having hope. So maybe it's hope that is taking you forward also. The Four of Cups is justice. This is about being fair with your decisions, and making sure that you are seeing things from an honest perspective. Okay, so use your discernment when it comes down to offers coming your way. We do have the Dove bird with the olive branch. So for some of you, there is definitely going to be someone coming in asking for your forgiveness or asking to make things right. This is a theme coming through here that we have for you. Someone might be trying to balance something. All right, or asking for your forgiveness. You might not be very open to it at first. I mean, I don't know if you end up ever being open to it, but for some of you, along the same line, we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you, this is someone who you'll end up working with or having that long-term future with for some of you. Okay? But again, you might not be very open to it at first, but it does feel like someone that is extending it out. And even if you don't need to be with them forever, it definitely feels like there is some kind of forgiveness so that you can move forward and focus on your stability moving forward, and maybe with someone else. All right, let's see. The Ace of Pentacles. By the way, the Four of Cups, again, it's almost asking you to kind of be open to contracts or opportunities that come your way, or again, forgiveness or communication most likely. The Ace of Pentacles came up with the Seven of Swords. I'm going to get another one for that. Seven of Swords is about lies, deception. It can be about strategy though as well. It can also be about self-sabotage and going against what we should be doing. The Fool card is about a leap of faith. Some of you might be a bit worried about an opportunity. As I said before, I actually like this opportunity, but just make sure that you are trusting in your gut instincts. I don't see anything else around this that's saying that there is deceit involved with the opportunity. It feels like this might be what the fear is. Some of you need to build a strategy and a plan in order to feel more confident about taking this leap of faith, because it does feel like it's something that requires you to trust in the universe. With the Fool card, it's a new journey. It's completely, you know, the Fool has that little bag and it's only little. You're not bringing much with you, you know, or it's just completely fresh. Some of you might be worried that it's not going to turn out the way that you imagined it as well. But the Ace of Pentacles is for the long term, whatever it is. Okay. The Knight of Swords. Ace of Cups. Someone is coming through with communication. Most likely about love. For some of you, this again could be you rushing in to start a new emotional experience, something that brings you a lot of love, happiness. Okay. This could be you, or again, it could be someone around you here who could be, again, trying to get to your heart space in a good way. It doesn't feel bad. It is in the same line as the Lovers as well. So for some of you, you could be going into a new relationship, or you could, again, be trying to focus on yourself and giving yourself love, especially if you feel brokenhearted at the moment. That is the aim. King of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups in the middle of your reading as well. This is so beautiful. This is saying that you're absolutely going to have that happily ever after. Ten of Cups is ultimate happiness. It's that happy home, happy life. That's the happy family, especially because the King of Pentacles is saying that you will, your efforts have gone towards that, making sure that everything is safe, secure, and everyone is happy and looked after. And including yourself. Like, it's almost like I want to say to you that you are creating that for yourself. That your work will not go in vain. So there's some happiness coming through with what you've built for yourself. I love that. You also have the Queen of Wands, which is coming through with the Three of Wands. That's an interesting one. Usually this is about waiting for your ships to come back in. It's kind of like a manifestation card, almost about you've sent something out there into the universe. Maybe you put action towards something, so you're waiting for it to come back to you. Let's get one more. The Knight of Swords. That's interesting. If you're wanting love Again, some of you could be waiting for something, but you're being called to go after it. You're not the first person who has had these cards next to each other, actually. I think in this case, with this confidence, and when I said earlier about walking into the room and being bubbly, some of you do need to do that. Some of you need to put yourself out there and let it shine instead of waiting for people to discover you. Put yourself out there. Whether you are putting content out there, literally, whether you are needing to show up on that stage, people aren't just going to come to you. Sometimes you have to go after it yourself, and that Knight of Swords feels like that's what you're chasing also. Through confidence, though, you have to have confidence in order to put yourself out there, and determination and drive. So I like that, actually. It's just saying, go out there. Okay, and it kind of also is a bit about communication too. So there could be this Queen of Wands communicating with you this week. Someone that you've been waiting to hear from. All right, the Lovers, Hermit. So that's an interesting combination. This is about making a decision based on what you already know and learning through your decision making as well. The Hermit isolates himself. He goes and climbs a mountain. He goes through the challenges and tribulations in life to see life from a different perspective. And it comes down to this choice, or the way that you say love, maybe a relationship. Okay, and gaining a higher understanding of this relationship or of this situation, or again of the choices that you're making at the moment. He also has a star here on the same line at the top as the star card, so that's again about hope, using your hope to guide you. I was almost going to shuffle that. All right, let's see, the Queen of Pentacles. So when it comes down to decision making, you already have the wisdom to make this decision. Maybe you already know what you need to do, or maybe again it's about letting your goals guide you, all right, or whatever that enlightenment was earlier, letting that guide you. Okay, Queen of Pentacles with the Sun, amazing. This is the best card in the deck. You have a lot of beautiful major arcana cards here. So this, again, if it's in terms of love, you definitely could be meeting a person, but ultimately you are going to be in a super happy position this week, which is great because we had that heartache and pain. Now you're having this beautiful happiness, joy, and freedom coming up for you. Okay, and then let's look at the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles too, which is interesting. I'll pull another one for that. Temperance. Balance. The reason why I said it's interesting because they're quite different. Both of them are about forward movement, okay, or opportunities even as well. And I'll get to that in a second. And temperance is about balance and harmony. So there are two aspects of this. One is super passionate and is ready to go out there and, doesn't like to be committed because it likes to just bounce around. So in a sense of our passions, usually that's what it's about. But the Knight of Pentacles is kind of the opposite in the sense that he likes to be slow, likes to make sure that he's fully committed to something, has planted the seed, is fully rooted in something before moving forward to the next. So temperance is saying use both of these. Some situations will require your full-on optimistic energy, your ambition, your adventurous side, and other times you might need your committed side. Okay, not to do with love, to do with work most likely. For some of you, could be trying to balance something that brings a lot of passion but also needs a lot of grounding work, or again balancing these sides of yourself could be the perfect recipe for something amazing in your life. Okay, again, another card of harmony and mending these two energies together. Okay, my angels, I feel guided to quickly pull a card over to the Seven of Swords, the Death card, and Three of Swords. So some of you may have actually gone through already like a deceptive offer, something that you thought was going to work out, but maybe it didn't. Maybe there's false promises involved. The Death card, this is over, okay, but it's about death and rebirth, so endings and new beginnings. Okay, transformation though, it's difficult when this happens. Three of Swords is that heartache, is that pain, is that broken heart. So maybe some of you again in the past took a leap of faith with somebody, and it ended up in deceit, or it just kind of backfired in whatever way. Maybe your instincts were telling you something, but they were like, no, that's not true, but it ended up being true. Like that's the vibes I'm getting from that. This may hurt, but again, your focus really is about achieving your dreams, regardless of the pain that this has caused, which I love, because again, your goal is this cornucopia, it's this enlightenment. Chariot chases his dreams, he chases the star, and you're figuring out what that star is to you. Okay, my angels, so I love you guys. I wish you all the best. I hope this reading has helped you. Let me know as well if you enjoyed it. The way I'm doing it again is quite different, so I would love to hear what you guys think about it. If it resonates more with you, if it's got more details, I don't know. Let me know. And I will see you guys when I'm in another location, right? That's... Anyway, I love you guys. Wish you all the best. Send you my love.